Uploading Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans. They get today's manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Juujika no Rokunin chapter 188. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored. If you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable Will Bubba Kitty, who's right here sleeping like a little Bubba next to me, and this operation literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon where we are doing our anime live reactions. Because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So I can have my full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botch localization or two, but it's fantastic for when we cover anime original content, like, say, Dragon Ball Daima, or for when we cover the anime original content in Bleach 1000-Year Blood War, which, by the way, we do have the first and most recent episode available for free on Patreon. I mean, it's freaking Chair-sama, and it's a damn good chair, let's be real. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you are a $10 tier subscriber, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there's a Stackfall anime season in full swing and more on the way. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So, oh my god, I am so hyped because now we're really into this final match between Aruma and Kyo. Oh my god, I'm so excited, so excited, so excited. Anyways, let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us today. And this chapter is titled First Sinner, Senkoji Katsumi. Dude, this art is beautiful. Oh my god. Here we go. It was during our 4th year, kind of think of it. That must have been my first sin committed. Good morning, Katsumi. Good morning. Breakfast is ready. Let's dig in. Hey, Katsumi. I get that you already know this, but your mom didn't leave us because she hated you. It's just that I get it, Pops. I know you'll be busy with work today, so I'll just prepare dinner for you. Just come back home soon, alright? Katsumi, oh crap, look at the time. I'll be heading to school. Don't forget all your stuff. Pencil case, check. Ruler, check. And my textbook, check. Only thing missing is this. I can't afford to forget you of all things. Ooh, what is that necklace? All right, I'm off to school. My parents got divorced somewhere around my 4th year. So, really? We're doing this shit? Ah! We're just not gonna get, So, I'm guessing what we're seeing here, we're gonna see this for the rest of them too, is how they became friends with Kyo, because that's something we didn't see in the flashback. We saw, like, that what their life was before Kyo, but we didn't see what their life, like how they met Kyo and became friends with Kyo. Okay. Morning, Katsumi. Morning. It's all because Mom apparently found someone else. When she left us, she left her necklace behind with us. And from that day onwards, I held it with me and treated it like a lucky charm. May today be showered with blessings. I thought that if I bring it everywhere I go, Mom will watch over me. Ooh. Handkerchief. Huh? I dropped it. Whoa, what's that? Did you just bring a necklace to school? No, you can't bring that here. That's against school rules. Give me that. Oh, no. Hold on a second. Let go. I'll give this to the teacher. Stop it. Let go. This is my mom's. Come to think of it, I realized something. Oh, Senkoji? Around this time, the reason my reactions became more sluggish was due to the shock I've experienced from losing something precious to me. Her necklace. Mom, your necklace, it's all broken. How could this happen to me? Oh! Are you sad? Oh, so this is how yeah, so we're gonna see how they all met Kyo. Shikoku-kun, of course I am. That's why I broke into a sobbing mess in the first place, because I lost something precious to me. Oh, really? How could you? How can you mock my suffering like that? Well, that's because you're grinning at me right now. What? Senkoji-kun, don't tell me you actually enjoy destroying things that you cherish. So I realized by that time I was too perplexed by my own feelings of blissfulness. In hindsight, I knew that if I pulled the necklace any further, it'll break, and so I did just that. This is my first sin. Ooh, so next chapter, the second sinner, Ushiro's cross. So yeah, so we're gonna be seeing how each of them met Kyo, and how they fell under Kyo's spell. Am I mad at this? I feel like we should. I don't know how I feel about that. How I feel about having this now. I'm trying to think of how I feel about this placement, because the reason why this is why I am kind of okay with this placement. Because think about it. We only knew about how they were before Kyo in the flashback, right? Or in the VR stuff, right? So seeing how Kyo met up with them, I think that I have no issue with. I don't, especially after the repressed memory stuff. But man, I'm not gonna lie. Part of me is kind of torn on last chapter, on the end of last chapter in particular. Part of me is like, man, I kind of wish we would have had like this content somewhere in there more than anything. Before we finished up the rest of the VR content, have like this stuff there, and then finish up the rest of Aruma's VR content, because it said in the previous chapter, it said when Aruma's repressed memories came back, that's it said this is how I stopped being friends with Kyo and all that, and then then we had all the bullying and stuff like that. That's why I'm kind of like, okay, I kind of wish this content would have been there. But and before, we had the declaration of, I'm going to kill you and stuff like that. And, where it was heading into the final match, because it's like, God damn it. Now I feel like that was a cock tease. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I know we had to wrap up that, because that was a whole separate thing. That was Aruma's stuff, and he needed to get out of the VR. But in general, this content here needed to happen. We needed to find out about all of this. We did. Because otherwise we would have been like, what the fuck happened? How did this happen? How did these kids who were so innocent, from what we saw in the VR, how did they fall into this depravity? But I'm curious what you guys think. How do you guys feel about the placement of this? I'm not mad at this. Again, I'm not mad. I'm actually happy we're getting this content. This is something I think we all needed to see. We did. We needed this. But I'm more curious about what you guys think about the placement of it, especially with how last chapter concluded. Because I was thinking, oh shit, we're going to get into this final match. But it's like, no, we're getting this. I'm not, again, as I said, I'm not mad. I'm not mad that we're getting this, because this is important stuff. But I feel like the ending of last chapter, like Aruma coming out of the VR and having all this fuckery, I'm just like, man, I feel like that should have been, later than, because but I'm curious what you guys think about it. What do you guys think about what do you guys think about this content that we're getting here? Do you think that there might be even more clues to what we're going to be getting in Kyo's game? That's the only other thing I can maybe forgive the placement of this for, is if this is going to lead to like a clue into what the choices are going to be. That's a good question. Do you guys think that what we're seeing here in terms of placement here, and again, maybe I could be thinking too deep into this, but do you think this might give us some clues into what Kyo is going to do with these choices that we're going to get here? Obviously, we know what one of them is. We already know what one of them is going to be, but it's the other one that I'm curious about, if it's going to be Reo or if it's going to be Azuma or someone else. That's the thing that I'm the most curious about. Or if it's going to be the cop, too. That's the other thing, too. Oh, the other thing I have to mention today, if you haven't read Oshinoko, today's chapter of Oshinoko, I have to bring, you should, read it. But I have to bring this up because I mentioned it in my Oshinoko live reaction. We found out that Kamiki is very similar to Kyo in some respects. Because he, like Kyo, is a fucking instigator. And he had 5 people do his fuckery for him. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, dude, that is some Kyo shit. I love it. I love that we're having like these degrees, like you know how there's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon kind of thing. We're having like a degrees of Kyo kind of thing. Like we have Allison Rankamanahashi, who is definitely like Kyo. Oh my god, she is like the female Kyo. I swear to God, she is that fucked up. And then we have the whole thing with Kamiki. Not as fucked up as Kyo, mind you. He's a watered down version of Kyo, but he's still fucked up. But man, Alice is definitely the female version of Kyo. She goddamn is, and I love it. I love that we got like, I don't think she's as fucked up as Kyo, mind you, but she is definitely like a female version of Kyo, and I love it so much. So I'm telling you, go read Ranka Manahashi, Deranged Detective. You will thank me for it. And also go read Oshinoko as well. I know the ending might not be, the ending's not probably going to be the best, but God, just seeing Kamiki being this Kyo, being like a watered down version of Kyo, I don't know, it made me happy. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Juujika no Rokunin content. If you wish you could do that, donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.